Good morning. Really excited to see you guys again for Friday morning coffee. I have my coffee, so grab yours as well. We are currently working our way through my homebuyer handbook, and last week we talked about the first step in the home buying process, which is getting yourself pre-approved for a mortgage. So you can go back and listen to that to get some details about why that's so important. But the next step, my step 2 for home buying, is the fun part, which is actually getting out and looking at houses. And of course, this is what everybody loves to do when they start this process. So I'm going to go over 3 general rules that I like my buyers to consider when we are doing this. And you keep this in mind throughout the entire house hunting process. Number 1, if you're going to use a third-party search site, so a consumer site that is not an actual MLS system, please use realtor.com. It's the most accurate, it's the most up-to-date, it's going to give you the best information. So dedicate your time and energy and your saves and your favorites and all of that stuff in realtor.com. Number 2, this is a golden rule that we have when we are going through people's homes, and that is stay together and stay with your agent. And that's strictly just being polite to the seller. If you're a seller, you would want that same courtesy from buyers. You wouldn't want a person on every floor of your home wandering around not together. So stay together as a group and stay with your agent. Number 3, and this is very important, especially in the past few years, always assume that somebody's listening. You have no idea what kind of cameras or what kind of microphones the sellers might have stashed away in the house. There's nanny cams all over the place now for people, for their kids and for their animals. So don't walk into a house and say, oh my gosh, I love this house. I'd pay full price for it tomorrow. You don't want to gush. You don't want to, you can be complimentary, but you don't want to gush and lay all your cards on the table because there's a good chance that the seller is listening. On the flip side of that, also just be respectful with your comments. Constructive criticism is certainly not a bad thing, but leave the really, really negative comments for the car. We can always rehash details that might come up as a negative for you once we get back in the car. So those are 3 things to keep in mind when we're out house hunting. And next week we will talk about writing an offer. I hope you all have a great weekend and we'll see you next week. Bye.